every person wants to feel needed, loved, and emotionally valued in a relationship. But over time, the emotional bond between partners can change. And this usually does not happen suddenly, but gradually through behavior, small habits, and shifts in communication that may seem insignificant at first, yet slowly form a clear picture of emotional distance. A woman who was once emotionally invested in the relationship may begin to lose interest in the man's life, which becomes visible when she no longer asks about his day, his plans, his feelings, or his experiences, stops showing genuine curiosity about what is happening in his world, and the conversations become more superficial, brief, and formal, as if the emotional depth between them has slowly disappeared. And if earlier his life was an important part of her inner world, now she seems emotionally detached and less engaged, while the man may initially ignore these changes, thinking they are due to tiredness, stress, or temporary issues. But over time, it becomes clear that the real cause is a shift in emotional connection. The second sign is the avoidance of spending time together, where a woman who once actively looked for opportunities to meet, talk, and share time starts finding more reasons for distance, becomes busy, replies less frequently, avoids initiating contact, and often postpones or cancels plans. And even when the man suggests meeting, her responses become vague without offering clear alternatives, gradually shifting all initiative onto him, turning the relationship into a one-sided effort where one person tries to maintain the connection while the other only passively responds. The third sign is the disappearance of a shared future from her speech and thinking, as she stops discussing plans, trips, goals, or events that include the man and increasingly uses language focused only on herself rather than the couple, replacing we with I, which is a powerful indicator because the absence of a shared future often reflects an internal lack of desire to continue the relationship in the same emotional form. It is important to understand that a single sign alone does not necessarily mean the relationship is ending, as every person goes through difficult periods of stress, fatigue, emotional overload, or personal problems that can temporarily affect behavior. But when several of these signs appear together and persist over a long period, it becomes a serious reason to carefully evaluate the situation and have an honest conversation, which sometimes helps restore emotional closeness and sometimes simply clarifies that feelings have changed. As emotional distance increases, emotional involvement also decreases, and the woman may stop showing empathy, support, or interest in the man's problems, responding neutrally or even irritably, while gradually losing the desire to be emotionally present in his life. And the man may notice that all communication effort is now on his side. He is the one who texts first, calls first, and tries to maintain contact, while her responses become short, infrequent, and emotionally flat, as if communication is happening out of habit rather than genuine interest. Deeper conversations also begin to disappear, as topics that once involved emotions, dreams, fears, goals, and personal experiences are replaced by neutral or practical discussions. She asks fewer follow-up questions, forgets details of past conversations, and may overlook important events or promises. And although occasional forgetfulness is natural, its repetition combined with other signs can indicate reduced emotional significance of the relationship. Nonverbal behavior also changes, with more closed body language, less eye contact, frequent distraction by the phone, and a lack of emotional response during conversations, making it seem as though she is physically present but mentally elsewhere. Over time, shared time together no longer brings joy. Meetings become shorter, less frequent, and less meaningful. Spontaneity disappears. Those small, unexpected messages, calls, or invitations that once came naturally fade away, and communication becomes purely functional, happening only when necessary. While even when she agrees to meet, she often tries to shorten or reschedule, creating an emotional gap even during physical presence that feels like an invisible wall between two people. It is important to recognize that such distancing does not always mean a final breakup, as it can sometimes result from unresolved conflicts